What's going on, good people? What's going on? Going live up in here. When you come in, let me know who you are, where you from, what you got going on. Just coming in to talk about, what I got going on, how this year starting off for me. Um, Man, I closed 3 deals week one. What's up? What's up, Reginald Hodge? What's up, Hodge? Um, But yeah, I closed 3 deals week one. My acquisition manager locked up 2 other deals week one. So we hope we can get some more in the contract that's coming up next week. So just getting things rolling, man. Actually had 3 closings on Friday. All happened on Friday. 2 of them was in Tennessee, and then 2 of them was in Georgia. So just getting rolling in 2022, man. Same stuff. It just keep going, man. Just keep going. So yeah, the deal in Tennessee, um, my acquisition manager really did everything, kind of put him in the contract, but just going back and forth with the title company, man, I'm gonna have to find me a different title company in Tennessee. They were just real confused about like the assignment because it was an assignment contract. I had been doing double closings with them or whatever, but the assignment contract they said had them confused. But anyways, still got deal done. Um, got 2 deals done in Georgia. They were pretty good. One of them was a referral from a previous person who I had done a deal with, or bought the property from, um, or whatever. But it was all good, man. I think I ended up making close to like 20K total out of those 3 deals. So it was all good, man. What's up? What's up from Phoenix? What's up? All the way from Phoenix. Fantastic from Phoenix. What's up? Any goals 2022? Really didn't set no big goals like far as like the wholesaling business 2022. Um, I'm just really my goal is to maintain that 100K a month every month, and then really my goal is to build another 6 figure business. That's my goal. It's like not even the wholesaling. It's like my wholesaling stay at 100K a month, but now I want to build another 6 figure business, right? So my wholesaling 7 figure business. I'm trying to build more 6 figure business, right? So that's kind of my goal because like it's a business thing. It's like it's business. So like let's say my wholesaling, building out my business is one thing I definitely want to do. Like that's a goal of mine, like making it more consistent and building out the business. 2022 is a goal of mine when it comes to wholesaling. But um, another goal of mine is building a 6 figure business in some, different kind of area that's not directly wholesaling. So that's another goal of mine. Just being able to build out businesses is a big thing that I'm, kind of into. Now I got all kind of personal development goals, man. Reading books, just becoming a better person, all over. So those are goals that I have, moving into this year. Just in general, though, I've been on that. The year didn't change anything, but just week by week, I'm just trying to get better. So does Show do that 10 DLC thing for Texan? I haven't ran into it. I haven't ran into the 10 DLC thing. I haven't ran into that. From hearing about wholesaling to your first deal, how long was time period? Now I've known about wholesaling for like years. But I always thought it was like a scam. I always thought it was like the first time I seriously looked into wholesaling was like May, and then I had a deal like July, um because I ended up taking action. But like when I heard about it, I was just like, I watch all kind of stuff on YouTube, so just hearing about it went nothing. Like when I really started doing stuff in it, like when I really started looking into it was like in June. Like in June when I really started looking into it, and I had got a deal by July, but I didn't close that deal until like the end of August. You know, it was like end of August, first week of September. It's like the very end of August, and I didn't know what I was doing. It was an assignment, and I still showed up to closing. I didn't know what, like, you sign a contract, you ain't showing up to close it because ain't nothing there for you to sign. You just there to pick up a check. You could have picked up that check after closing or whatever. So, yeah, man, I didn't know what I was doing, but I did it, and it all worked out. So love from Portland, Oregon. I'm looking to virtual and Bill County in Georgia. Like, dude, if you're looking at Georgia, I don't know about Bibb, man. Bibb is rough. But hey, if you know somebody down there that's buying, that's a good area. Anytime you know a place where somebody's buying, that's a good area. Find the buyers. They the ones with the money. You find people with money, you're gonna be able to run it up. So start building up that real estate portfolio, buying whole. I mean, I already got property. So, I mean, I've already bought property. That's not like something that would be really new to me. I'm trying to get apartment complex because it's like, I'm not sitting there trying to have 50 different roofs. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have one roof with 100 units under that roof. You know what I'm saying? Or have one big mobile home park with 100 units on that in that park. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have like 50 units all over the place. I'm buying stuff all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So that's my biggest thing. Is like figuring out what I really want to do when it comes to that real estate thing. Not just buying stuff just because, but actually, buying something that makes sense, as far as my life goals. So that's another thing. It's a book called Life in Air. A book called Life in Air is like, you know, of course you can go and make money. Of course you can go and do whatever, but like what is gonna actually fit the lifestyle you trying to create? Like what would make your life so much better? That's the thing. So just not, doing stuff, just be doing stuff, but what kind of investing is gonna fit your lifestyle? It's gonna make you, feel good, and live the life that you actually want to live. So congrats, trying to jump ahead first, all the way from Fitzgerald. Who is that from Fitzgerald? What's up, man? So what do you locate your buyers from? I use Prop Stream. I use Facebook, real estate investors groups, stuff like that. That's what I use. And then just talking to people, just talking to all kind of people, trying to figure out where the buyers at. Talk to a lot of agents. Talk to a ton of agents, man. You talk to agents, figure out where the buyers at, man. So had to invest in a side hustle to continue investing in wholesaling. Got to do what you got to do. Yep, no doubt, man. You got to make money, and then be willing to put it into your business. So I have 600 to get started. What do you recommend? I recommend you talk to a lot of people first. You may know somebody who are already interested in selling. You just hadn't talked to them. You know what I'm saying? It could be somebody that you know that may have properties that they would be interested in selling if you was able to bring them an offer that made sense. So I would just talk to people, let them know, hey, look, I work with a group of investors that's looking to purchase property, and go out and talk to a bunch of people, go into those Facebook real estate investment groups, and try to locate buyers. Look up agents, buyers agents online, talk to as many agents as you can, call local real estate offices and ask them, hey, do y'all got any agents that work with cash buyers? And just talk to as many people as you can. That's what I definitely would do first, trying to get as many, connections, meet as many people as you can meet, that type of thing, man. That's what I would do first. That's the first thing I would do. As far as spending money, like the second thing I would do is I would get prop screen, like after you find buyers though. Like I would want to find the buyers first. But I mean, if you can't find buyers, you're still gonna need to end up getting prop screen. And then, you get prop screen for $100, pull a some properties in your area, maybe $100, and then get call tools or Mojo Dollar, and then just start dialing those people. You know, if you got time, dial them, call them up, get them on the phone and talk to them. Hey, what you got going on? I work with a group of investors that are looking to purchase property here. You got any property you might be interested in selling? But I would just search for absentee owners in my area, right? Just a little general list of absentee owners, and then that own some older properties, like between 1970 and 1990, right? To narrow your range a little bit. Property size over 1,200 square feet, no bigger than, I would say, 2,000 square feet. Um, Owned it for at least 7 years. Stuff like that. That's what I would do. If I was you, I would skip trace that kind of filter. And if you're in the city, I would go right outside of the city, in counties that's like in between 100,000 to 200,000, somewhere in there. So closer to 100 if you got little money. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I would do. Um, let's see more questions. Congratulations on your success to start the new year. Appreciate it, Anita. Appreciate it. So any tips on list criteria? Do you find deals only one city or anywhere? I'm kind of in different places. Just depends on where I've networked with people, and where those people would like to buy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of in different places. It depends on where the buyers are at. That's why I go. How many calls are your VAs making every day? What are their connection rates? So the connection rates stay around like 17%. Um, like I would say like 14 to 17%, closer to 17 usually. But we try to call about 10, we try to call and text about 10,000 people a day is where we at right now. That's what we're trying to do. Like that's the goal every day, 10,000 a day. So can the purchase and sales be the same in any state? I don't know about any state, but most states, purchase sales agreement can be the same. You get Flipman contract, you go look up Flipman, you can get his contract, or you can look on my page. I look up REI next door wholesale contract, and I got wholesale contracts on my page. Keith Everett is a good one. It's like if you get a hold of Keith Everett contract, that's a real good one. uh, Chris Jefferson got a good contract. Sean Terry, you can get a hold of his is good. King Kong, you can get a hold of his is good. But yeah, all those guys good, man. All those guys, people I listen to, people that I took stuff from. Max Maxwell, his is good. I like, but his is kind of more particular to North Carolina. So you gotta be a little careful. Some of that stuff you ain't gotta do in other states. But you got to be careful when you go in these different states. So, you know. But anyways, let me see how many message templates do you have on launch control? Man, you don't even want to know. I don't even know. I think we got like 20, but we got way more that that templates that we can create. Like we got a lot of templates just like sitting in the wing waiting to be thrown into the mix. So yeah, we got a lot of templates, man. A lot of templates. We got some we just make for different seasons. Like we have Christmas templates, Halloween templates, Thanksgiving templates, New Year's templates, we'll have Valentine's Day templates. So, so we just kind of mix it up, stuff like that. So that's something we like to do, keep it mixed up. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all got going on, man. I'll try to help you out, give you any advice, and let you know kind of, what I got going on. Like I said, I closed those 3 deals. That one in Tennessee, I'm really proud of. Every time I close a deal in Tennessee, I feel real good. Just because it's the same. It's like closing deals, no matter where it is about the same. Especially since I don't go to the properties anyways. Since I don't go to the properties, I still have to find somebody to go see the property. I still have to, may have to request for the seller to send me pictures, just so I have pictures to show potential buyers, and stuff like that. So, um, yeah, man, just excited about where everything is going, and just excited about building out my business. Like, I'm really starting to write everything down, and I'm starting to, put everything together and have these different positions, what I'm saying, and have actual processes and methods of how I do things. So I really like that, man. I like that I'm getting to, putting stuff together to where stuff is like actually organizing. Hey, this person is in this position, and this is how we do this. These are the steps they should be taking, to do this. Like our hiring process, we go through the same hiring process every time to hire our people. We have different hiring process for this, and this is how we do it. You know, Marketing. This is how we do marketing. This is how we do acquisitions. This is how we do disposition. This is how we do transactions. So just developing that is real good, man, and just being able to see and write that stuff down, and have it make sense, and then have somebody be able to come in, look at that, and then execute that. It's real good stuff, man. Feel real good. So any tips on list criteria do you find is audience that? So let's see. Happy wholesaling. What's up, Logic? Happy wholesaling, man. Or happy wholesaling. So 10K contracts day. No, you don't want to do that. So no, that's what I do, but you probably don't want to do that. You don't want to try to contact 10K people a day. The cost skill trace 10K list and loans about no. So what I'm doing is like, man, I've been doing this for like a year and a half. So like I still keep all my contacts from when I very first got started. So I'm not buying all these contacts. A lot of these are being looped. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going back and contacting people that I've already contacted before. So I'm not buying that many contacts all the time. So let's say if I bought 200,000 contacts over time, okay, I text 10,000, text and call 10,000 a day, 10,000. They just, and then we just keep rotating. We just keep rotating them in and out, in and out. I could text and call the same 200,000 people all year long, and never have to buy another lead. Just feast off, just keep hitting the same people up, and then eventually they ready to sell. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing, man. It's like, just because once you start doing it, you get so many contacts, you can just start rotating. But I do buy leads. I still buy leads. So, but yeah, that's kind of how it works. So, how does taxes look like where wholesale? Depending on how much money you making. Like, dude, you ain't making no money, then it look a lot different than when you making, making $0 wholesaling. It's a lot different than making $20,000 wholesaling. A lot different than making $200,000 wholesaling. Different than making $2 million, wholesaling. So, it depends on, how much money you make in your tax situation is just gonna be different, man. That's just the way it is. That's like with anything though. Like, you working a different job. It's like, if I worked a job when I was making $2 million, then my tax situation would be different than somebody who made $50,000. But I'm not gonna sit here and stress about a $2 million, making $2 million. You know, just handle your tax situation and move on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just like a joker who make $50,000 got to handle their tax situation. It's like everybody got to handle their tax situation, man. And wholesaling ain't no different than nothing else, man. You make your money, you handle your tax situation, and you keep moving. So what's up? What's up, Cass? How you doing, man? Cass always coming through. I appreciate it, man. So creating training videos, cold callers on Loom Video right now. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I'm using Screenomatic. I was using Screenomatic. I'm using some other stuff too, like my computer and stuff. I can like record my screen and stuff like that. It's real good. So that's something I'm doing too. I'm using that too. So based on your numbers, how many leads do you get before you lock up one deal? I'm working on trying to keep up with the KPIs like that, man. Setting scoreboards for my VAs, for my acquisition managers, for my disposition managers, lead managers, all those people. Just trying to set up a scoreboard for them. I really don't know how many like leads I get before I get a deal. I really don't know. So, just being honest. So, how do you keep track of your virtual assistants while they're calling and make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do? That's a good question, man. I just kind of, well, I really look at how many leads they're bringing in. Like, if they're bringing in good leads, I'm like, okay, they're bringing in leads, should be good. But you can go back on call tools and see like when they call and how long they've been on the dollar, all that stuff. So you can see if they start doing fishy stuff on call tools. You can see like the calls going out every minute, every call that go out. So if it's a big gap or something like that, you can kind of see were they on the phone with this person, what were they doing? You could tell when they was available and on the dollar, when were they not available and not on the dollar and stuff like that. And then when it comes to texting, like people are always texting in. So like if you ain't responding, that mean you ain't working. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's just like if somebody texting your phone. If somebody texts your phone and you don't respond to them, and I open up the little text, I open up my launch control and I see a lot of people on here that ain't getting responses. It's like, okay, where you at? What you doing? But if I see people are responding as the messages come in, I know it's good to go. You know what I'm saying? So it's good that call tools got time on there that they call out and stuff like that. And then it's good that launch control got time stamps on there when somebody texts in, and then it's time when they respond. So if I see a big gap in between when somebody texts in and when we respond, then that's a problem, right? We try to have weekly meetings to talk about this stuff, and then if we see some people not doing that, or we see the time lapsing, like they ain't texting people back quick, we're like, hey, look, this is happening. If we can't do this, then this is what we got to do. We want to make sure that we're responding to people, as fast as we can. We should be responding to people within, a minute or two. And if that's not happening, then we got a problem. So we let them know that. But I mean, we treat them really good, man. Like we treat our VAs really good. So they try to work hard as they can for us. Because we just treat them really good, man. We try to make sure they're taken care of. We communicate with them a lot. We encourage them to communicate with us. So we don't just like throw them out there and just say, hey, go work. And we just go, do whatever. Like we're involved. We're listening to them. We take their input. We want them reaching out to us, every day, stuff like that. So we're big on communication. Um, so, so what about prop screen changes? I don't know about prop screen changes. What's going on with prop screen? Tell me about prop screen. What changes they making? I haven't really paid attention to the changes. So when did you go from doing all the columns to using VAs? So I did my first two deals. My first two deals, I made 36,000, which is stupid. But I got one VA from that. After that, I got one VA. She worked 15 hours a week for $2 an hour, right? So they would do a lot of my cold calling. But then when I come home, I would still call. When I came home from work, I was still picking up the phone and making dials, trying to put people in the contract. I was still calling agents, trying to find buyers and stuff like that. So I was still doing that. But it wasn't until like it wasn't until school started back like this year. It's when I really started like letting my VAs really talk to people and me not talk to people as much. And then I hired another acquisitions manager. And that's when I really don't talk to no sellers anymore. Like I almost don't talk to any sellers no more. You know, I'm mainly doing the back end stuff, like all the transaction stuff, making sure, all the different situations. Like we have a situation, I take care of it. Hey, what do I need to do with this? Oh, hey, what do I need, hey, Okay, I do this, do that, and all the transaction stuff. I respond to that and stuff like that. If we need something that really need to be disposed and that they can't figure out, I'll do that. If they really need help with acquisitions, like there's a situation they don't feel comfortable with, I can get on the phone if I need to and handle that situation and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I do, man. It's kind of how I do it. But that didn't happen. That kind of I really didn't completely stop until like October. So when I really stopped talking to all sellers. Um Screen-o-matic, nice. Google Drive is shoddy. Learn Dash. I never heard of that. Let's do a quizzes and everything. Quizzes and everything. I I haven't heard of Learn Dash. So how do you do your leads follow ups? Do you call everyone on your podio like once a day or twice? What my VA do is so as leads come in, she'll call them or whatever, and then we'll figure out what's the best day to give them a call back. Because some people is like, if you got Thursday off, like, why we trying to call you on Wednesday when you at work? It's like you tell me when is the best day to call you and what's the best time to give you a call, and then they'll let us know, and then the VA will put them on her calendar to call at that particular time. You know, let's say if they say a month from now, though, then the VA gonna put them on her calendar 2 weeks from now. I always say cut it in half. If they say call me in a month, call you in 2 weeks. If they say call me 2 months from now, call you in a month. If they say call me 6 months from now, call you in about 2 months. Right. So that's what we kind of like to do, man. So that's kind of how we do it. The VA put them on their call list, and then all those leads, man, start adding up, and she just calling them. She put them on the calendar and call them. So how do you feel about the market right now going into 2022? I don't know, man. I mean, it really doesn't matter to me whether they go up or go down. I'm just finding people that's interested in selling, and then finding buyers. It's like, that's it, man. It doesn't matter how low it is. I don't. It doesn't matter to me. You know, I'm just trying to create a gap. It's like, okay, if you want to sell your house for 250, I just need to find somebody that's going to buy for more. And if the market goes down, okay, now you want to sell your house for 150, I need to find somebody who will buy for more. That's it. It's like, I really ain't too, I really don't. I pay attention, but I really ain't concerned with which way it's gonna go. My concern is making sure I'm reaching out to people, setting up systems to reach out to people and helping people. Anytime you can help people, because there are always going to be people that's like needing to sell their property, whether they're going through a divorce, whether somebody passed away, whether somebody's getting old and they moving in with their family, whether it's somebody moving to another state, whether it's a landlord that just want to sell his properties. So it's always something going on. So you always want to be in position to help those people. So as a wholesaler, you just trying to make sure that you have processes to help people who interested in selling, and you are constantly finding buyers in your area that will buy the properties, right? Long as you got those two things going, it doesn't matter. There's always going to be people selling. There's always going to be people buying. You just got to make sure you stay in contact with both of them. And as long as you stay in contact with both of them, all you got to do is create a gap and you making money. It doesn't matter where the market go. So it's all good. So hire quick, fire quicker, no doubt. It's like, I seen big gaps. She got fired. Yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah, gotta watch the sell time. Yeah, you gotta watch the call time, man, and the call tools, man, no doubt. What's up, J Biz? What's going on, man? So how soon does your acquisition manager call lead once your VA submitted to CRM? Call them ASAP. That's all you do. You call them as soon as they come in, man. We trying to we tr- I think we almost figured it out to be able to transfer calls. Like my VA on the phone with a person, and then they interested in selling, just transfer that call straight to the acquisition. Don't ain't no call back. We keeping you on the phone. So yeah, I mean it's I mean the acquisition people are on there all the time. So they're like bam, bam, like they own it. So, my acquisition get paid like 10% of the deal. So they always hunt for deals. If they see something come in, they like the interest in selling, they're gonna be all over it. So how do you feel about some of these gurus forming a wholesaling association? I ain't heard about that, man, but I can definitely see that happening. I mean, what do they mean by wholesaling association? Maybe trying to protect wholesalers. Maybe that may be a good thing, you know. Um, so let me see. So, what to do if agents ask you for proof of funds? Give them proof of funds. Right? It's like, nah, I hit my buyer up, be like, hey, look, seller want proof of funds, right? And the buyer come with the proof of funds. They buying the property. You ask for proof of funds. And if you don't have a buyer, that's your problem, right? Not the proof of funds. The buyer is your problem. Like you need to go find you a buyer. Like you find a buyer, then you got proof of funds, right? It's like the buyer gonna solve all them other problems. All them other problems solved if you find you a buyer. You got the person with money. That's where your money gonna come from. The buyer is the person who got your money. Go find the buyers. They are the person who got your money. So go find the buyers. It's simple, man. But anyway, so how soon? Okay, I answered that. Um, just jumping in here, has he broke down any deals yet? Nope, really ain't broke down any deals yet. I talked about my deal in Tennessee a little bit, but really ain't gotten into it. I'll get into it here in a second. So are you eventually going to find properties to own, rent yourself? You still on wholesaling game only? I really just been wholesaling, man. It's like, and then once you start making money and start making like 100K a month, I ain't just trying to buy little houses. It's like I'm thinking like, man, I want to buy like apartment complexes. Like I want to buy big stuff. I'm trying to put my stuff under one roof. I want one roof. It's like I want to go buy me an apartment complex. You know. At first I was like trying to buy like duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes, small multifamily. Now it's like, shoot, I can go buy me a 30 unit, 50 unit, you know what I'm saying? 100 unit, you know, and shoot, So anybody got a 50 unit, 100 unit, 30 unit, 20 unit, I'd be interested in anything, probably 15 units and up. I'd be interested in anything like that, especially in the Atlanta area, So that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. So MLS is cutting off prop screen on sold and expired listings. Gotta work with agents to get MLS access, basically. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't think that's gonna. I don't think I'm gonna be too concerned about that, anyways. So, yeah, I'm basically just doing a lot of absentee stuff. So, not really too concerned about that. So, how do you do your comps? I go on prop screen, look at comparables, do the cash sales, and then kind of see what cash sales have been happening in that neighborhood. So that's kind of how I do it. Chris Jefferson teaches that way. So do you think you're gonna keep teaching after your contract obligation? Probably not. But we'll see, man. Always keep your options open. You never know, but probably not. So you trying to get sellers what they want for the property. How do you know when a price is too high? I know a price is too high when I can't get a buyer to buy it at that price. You know what I'm saying? But nah, you can look around, or like I said, you can look on prop screen, go to the comparables, look at the cash sales, and then once you see that, you be like, this price is too high. But I always tell them like, hey, this does seem too high. I will take this, to my purchase managers, whatever, and see if I can get this price approved. If not, I'll let you know what price I can get approved. So that's when I'm able to go to my buyers, send out my emails or whatever, let them know, hey, look, this is the price I'm looking for. Let me know if you can do this. If not, then what can you do? And then they come back with what they can do, and then I go back to the seller. Like, say if the seller is asking for 300 and it's stupid, I may go to the buyer and ask for like a reasonably high price, and then they may come back to me and say, no, we can only do 240. I go back to the seller and say, hey, we can only do 220. you know, just let them know, hey, look, I know this ain't what you're looking for, but I promise you, I was gonna let you know what we could do, and what we can do is 220 as is cash, no, commissions, no, realtor fees, no closing costs and that stuff. 220. Let me know if you become interested. So kind of just do it like that, man. It's kind of how I do it. So hey, it's Harvey. How much do you pay for taxes? I don't know. Like, dude, I don't even know how much I pay for taxes, man. I got a CPA, man. They do all that stuff, so I don't know how much I'm paying for taxes. It just depends on how much money you make. It all depends on how much money you make. I'm pretty sure you can go and tell if you go look at the tax code, you can go look and see somebody who made this much money gonna get taxed this percentage. That's just the way it is. This is America, man. It's like they don't tax wholesalers a special rate. It's like, you make money, you get taxed. It's the way it is. So you make this much money, you get taxed this percentage. And then you're able to write off this or do this and do that. I don't even know all that stuff. That's why I hired a CPA. He do all that, and I just pay, just like everybody else in America pay taxes. I'll pay taxes. So, um, really like that you keep things simple, don't overcomplicate the process. I appreciate you. No doubt, JB, man. I mean, I don't know no other way to do it, man. I'm pretty simple. I like stuff simple. I don't know. It's really not that complicated, man. But hey, yeah. But anyway, so let's keep it going. So, how much you pay for taxes? Something. A lot of people keep asking how much I pay for taxes. I haven't paid no taxes yet. None. Like, last year I paid taxes, but it was like really little. I didn't make that much money. But I hadn't paid taxes yet. I'll pay taxes when everybody else pay taxes. But I don't know how much I'm gonna pay. Like, my CPA is handling all that, man. And then I will just pay when I get ready to pay. So when you seeing the buyers can agree on the price or not, are you sending pictures of the property too? Yeah, I usually send pictures of the property if I can get it from the seller. If not, then I don't. Um, or I try to get the buyer inside of the property. That's so I either try to make sure they get pictures or get inside the property to go see it. So that's kind of what I do. I always try to get the pictures for them, or I'm definitely gonna try to get them inside. A lot of times I have to send multiple buyers in to get an offer, anyways. So that's probably our secret account. It's probably the IRS secret account. I don't know what you're talking about. Um, oh, you are crazy. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Whoever that is, keep asking about taxes. Probably the IRS secret account. That's funny right there, right, Craig? That was a good one, man. So James Ross Green's only restriction MLS non-disclosure states. Byron is in Georgia, Tennessee. Is good. Look up the non-disclosure states like Texas. Oh yeah, yeah. Texas definitely is a problem over there, man. So we can still pull comps off prop screen. We good. Yeah, that's good, man. I mean, I really don't be worried about that too much, man. To be honest with you, a lot of times I use Zillow to comp too. That's a good thing to use. I mean, I'm pretty sure Zillow's still gonna keep their data and stuff like that. But either way, man, we'll make the adjustments to keep everything rolling, man. So proof of funds is a real problem right now. Any advice dealing with a real estate agent? Dude, like I said earlier, man, proof of funds is not a problem if you got a real buyer with real money. It's like, you know what I'm saying? The proof of funds ain't the problem. Having a buyer is the problem. You know what I'm saying? So if you got buyers, then you got proof of funds. Like I don't never worry about no proof of funds. It's like, they ask me for proof of funds, I send it quick. It's like I ask my buyers like, hey, look, man, I need proof of funds. They send me proof of funds, I send it to the seller quick. And they be like, oh man, okay. Yes, quick, like real quick. Get your buyer to send that proof of funds over. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have a buyer, then that's the problem. Like the proof of funds ain't got no money. The buyer got the money. Like the buyer money is gonna end up coming to you. So you got to find buyers, man. The buyer's money is when it comes to you. The buyer's money comes to you. And it's like that's how you get paid. So you gotta find people that's willing to spend that money on these properties. That's how you get paid. So you got to be willing to do that, man. So how are you managing the new real estate law in Georgia regarding wholesale? I don't know nothing about no new real estate law in Georgia regarding the wholesale. I think that's in Atlanta, man. But now I don't know about in Georgia. Hey, 1 second, man. I've been answering a bunch of questions just going back and forth. Look, we got 25 people in here. We got 10 likes, man. Get my likes up. I appreciate y'all coming through here, man. 24 people up in this thing, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. But hey, like this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, share my stuff. You know, I'm trying to get out there. Look, we jumped up to 16 real fast. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be on it. I appreciate y'all. I definitely, gonna make an effort to get on here more and just share more of what I'm doing, in general. But anyways, I appreciate all the love, all the thumbs up, all the shares, all the likes, all the people that's been checking me out since like my first deal when I was sitting up here just trying to, didn't even know if it was real or not. To now, it's like, man, it's I feel like Biggie, it was all a dream. Like, dude, it's stupid, man. It's like you go from making one deal to making like millions, I don't say million with S, but about $1 million is like stupid, man. It's just stupid. It's just unbelievable. And then you like, I'm a regular person. Like, look, I ain't nobody special like this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a regular old joker, just like everybody else. Anybody can go do this thing, man. And I ain't like these other people. I ain't no guru. I'm not a guru. I don't know everything. That's another thing. Like, dude, there's plenty of stuff I still don't know. Like these people be telling me stuff like I don't know. Like Georgia got a new law. I ain't know Georgia had a new law against wholesaling. That's what it do. Like I don't be knowing a lot of stuff, man. But that don't mean you can't go out there and make money. You can go out there and make stuff happen. You ain't got to know everything, so, but just had to go on that tangent real quick, man. Appreciate y'all liking the video though. So ask my cash buyers. Okay. Yeah, no doubt, man. Ask your cash buyers, man. And like, if a cash buyer can't show you proof of funds, you need to go get you another cash buyer. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would do, if I needed a proof of funds. So how do you manage? Tell me about that new wholesaling law in Georgia, though. Let me know about that. I haven't heard about that at all. So, do you have property under contract? So, do you have to have property under contract to get buyers inside of the property or get pictures? No, you don't have to have property under contract. But if you don't have the property under contract, what'll happen is sometimes buyers will go around you and talk to the seller if you send them in and you don't have that property under contract. So I like to try to have that property under contract before I send them to the property, So that's kind of how I do it. So how do you know if he have money? So when you go to cash buyers list on prop screen, what do we say to them? You let them know that, hey, look, I find this kind of properties all the time. Are you interested in me bringing you any properties? And they say yes or no. You know, you find people that may be interested in you bringing them properties. They interested in you bringing them property. You start bringing them properties. You bring them a property. They interested in it. Seller asks for proof funds. Like, hey, Mr. Buyer, this, on this property, the seller's asked for the proof funds. Can we get proof funds from you? You know, Bam, send it to the seller. So that's kind of what I do. You can look on Prop Screen, try to find buyers. Look on Facebook, try to find buyers. You can talk to people around you and try to find buyers. Call as many agents in your local area, whatever area you're trying to wholesale in. Hey, do you know any agents that work with cash buyers? I find discounted properties all the time. I'm trying to find more cash buyers to bring these discounted properties to. I can't get rid of all these properties, So you just tell them, man, and then they just start bringing you all these. You end up finding, all you need to do is find a few cash buyers. That's the thing. Like, dude, I found one good cash buyer, made $100,000 off that one person in a year, right? So I made $100,000 off one cash buyer in a year. Like, finding one person may be $100,000. It's like, how many people are you willing to call and talk to? How many people are you willing to message? How many people are you willing to, get on the phone and dial up in order to find that one buyer that may end up helping you make $100,000 in a year, right? And man, you find another one and another one. That's what I'm saying, man. The more cash buyers you find, the better. Like, they are the ones with the money. Like, they got the money. And then you bring them what they want. You give people with money what they want. And then you make money off of it. Right? That's just the way it works, man. So let's see. So when you go, let me see where I'm at. So been watching you since day one. Appreciate it, man. Like, dude, whew, it's been crazy journey, man. You already know. So what state would you recommend looking at the most? I don't know, man. And I hate to say this, but I'm a big fan of North Carolina, man. Like, for real. I know, there's a lot of people in North Carolina, like Max Maxwell, I think is in North Carolina. It's like, I think Keith Everett does stuff in North Carolina. Charlotte's blowing up, the Triads blowing up, Raleigh, Durham. You got, like, dude, North Carolina has just got stuff all over the place, man. It's stupid. So North Carolina, I would say, as a whole state, it's about as good as it get. You know what I'm saying? I mean, unless you're gonna go out of Texas, but Texas is crazy. But North Carolina is like on the low. Like, ain't that many people talking about North Carolina? It's like, but there's a lot of money to be made over there. It's a lot of development, in North Carolina. So that's what I would say if you're talking about like a whole state. But anyways, what is proof of funds they supposed to show? What is proof of funds is they supposed to show? Proof of funds is just like a document showing that you got the cash in an account to pay for property. That's it. The seller want to know that, hey, this person got money, he can actually pay for the property. That's the only thing proof of funds doing. So we basically let you know we're wholesalers. Yeah, you let them know that you're wholesalers. They know what you're doing. And they'll appreciate you bringing them discounted properties because it's helping them make money. They'll appreciate that. So how would you structure a deal using a real estate agent? Same as you do almost any other deal, you know. Same as you do any other deal. I like double closing it though. So like, if you set up with the real estate agent on the A to B side, it's just like your transaction, and then the B to C side is a double, it's with the cash buyer. So the cash buyers fund use pass through funding, with a cash buyers fund, which is on the B to C side. So there's an A to B between you and the seller of the property. And then there's a B to C between you and the end buyer, the cash buyer. So what happens is, on the A to B contract, the attorney's office will use the end buyer's fund to fund the A to B contract. You ain't got to bring no money, and some states don't allow you to do that, right? I think in North Carolina, they don't want to be letting people do that much no more. I think Florida be trying to do the same thing. They don't want people to do that. So that's how they slow down a lot of wholesalers. Like they don't want, the end buyers funds to be able to be used. In that case, you got to use transactional funding. You got to use somebody else funds in order to close the A to B. And that's what some people run into the problem. But you can get your hands on funds, man. I know people that do transactional funding. So if you're interested in transactional funding, you can hit me up. Like if you ever need, like, hey, you got an actual deal and attorney's office won't use the end buyer's fund to fund the transaction. I know people that do transactional funding and they don't run you through all the crazy stuff that like a transactional funding company would, but you can just hit me up if you need transactional funding. I know some people that can get that done for you. But anyways, so you hit that meal yet, bro? Yeah, man. We running that all the way up. Uh so how would you structure a deal using, okay, I already did that one. So have you worked with realtors to wholesale? If so, how was that experience? So I have done um a couple of wholesale deals where the realtors was the seller's agent. Like the person who's selling the property had a real estate agent, right? And I just did an A to B contract. They did an A to B contract. I signed a contract and everything. So it was just an A to B, regulars. It was good. And then I went back and did a B to C contract, my own contract, right? The buyer is buying the property cash. So what happened is my attorney used the end buyer's funds to fund the A to B contract, right? And then the B to C like when I bought the property, right, using the end buyer's fund, bought the property, B to C contract happened, transferred the property to their name, that other money came to me, you know, on the second close. So that's kind of how that worked. And then I've done it where I sold the property to like the buyer had an agent. So like the A to B contract was just like my contract between me and the seller. Well, I was buying their property cash. And then the buyer had an agent. Well, they paid their agent is 3% or whatever. And but still the same thing happened. The cash from the B to C contract funded the A to B. And so it was kind of the same thing, but it was still all good, man. Whenever the seller had an agent, I just was cash buying. Like, yeah, I'm buying this property cash. And they didn't know. I mean, I gave them proof funds. My attorney's office, I deal with them all the time. So they're able to tell the person, yeah, he legit. I just make sure I use my attorney's office because a lot of times you use somebody else's attorney's office. These agents be trying to figure out what's going on with the deal. Well, if you use your attorney's office, they know what's going on. They don't tell the agent that there's another transaction. Only thing they know is A to B. They only know that it's one transaction, right? So that's how I keep that agent, with the seller is good to go because they only know that, hey, they buying this property cash and they come with the money. I closed on the property. They got their money. You know what I'm saying? Then that same day it's a B to C, bam, close that, and I got my money. So that's kind of how it worked. What's your next business idea? I don't know about next business idea. I mean, shoot, man, I need to post on here more, just to build my brand out, man. So that's one thing that I'm really doing, man, just trying to build my brand out on here. Uh, but yeah, just that's what I'm trying to do. And then finish building this bridge before I build another bridge. Like finish building out my wholesaling business before I start something else. That's another thing. It's like I want to make sure I'm building out my wholesale business before I start another business. And then just building my brand on here. It's another thing. I want to commit to building my brand. Um, so why is Texas crazy? Texas is crazy because like because that non-disclosure stuff, man. That non-disclosure stuff is crazy. One. Two, Texas is just crazy, man. So, dude, it's crazy competitive, man. I mean, you go to Austin, Texas, crazy competitive. Houston, Texas, crazy competitive. Dallas, crazy competitive. I'm just saying it's super competitive, man. All those cities are well known. All those cities, it's like they're not under the radar cities at all. Like everybody know Dallas hot. Everybody know Houston hot. Everybody know Austin hot. Like who the heck talking about Raleigh, North Carolina? Nobody, man. It's like, ain't nobody looking for Raleigh, North Carolina, man. Ain't that many people even looking for Charlotte. It's like, ain't that many people looking for Charlotte. It's more people looking for Houston. There's more people looking for Dallas and more people looking for Austin than those places in North Carolina. That's all I'm saying. It's like uh Texas is hot, right? Texas is hot. That's all I'm saying. So it's more competitive. In North Carolina, it's less competitive, right? That's where you can run it up in those areas. It's less competitive, but at the same time, buyers are buying over there, so that's a good thing. So let's see. Can wholesale in the United States while living in another country? Yep, especially if you're a U.S. resident. I know you can. But if you're not a U.S. resident, you probably still can do it. It's another way to do it. But yeah, you definitely can. So what's your response rates with texting? I really don't know, man. I really haven't looked at response rates with texting. I really look at like my connect rate with cold calling, but really don't look at that response rate with texting. I have to go look that up. So you mentioned having sellers under contract before sending buyers to the property. Do you send it to an attorney or do you just have seller sign? I just had a seller sign, and then usually when I get the buyer in the contract, that's when I can send it to the attorney's office, and that's kind of how I do it. So how many texts would you say it takes launch control to get a deal? I send around 600 every 2 days. Kind of depends on where you at, man. Kind of depends on what area you in. Because I'm seeing that different areas, you have to send different amount of text messages to get a deal, you know. So I don't know, man. It's something that you're gonna have to just text, and then figure out, kind of what works for you, you know. And when you figure out what works for you, then that's when you'll be able to figure out, how many text messages it take, to get that done. So um, it's kind of gonna be like a case by case basis. But anyways, uh, so can't find you on Facebook. Hmm. I'm not a Facebook guy. It's like, dude, you can look me up on IG, but I'm not a Facebook guy. It's like, dude, hit me up on IG though. REI next door. Hit me up on IG. I'm all on IG, but I don't know Facebook, man. I don't mess with Facebook. So yeah, go find me on IG. Hit me on IG. Send me a message. REI next door on IG. All right. You try and find me on Facebook? That ain't gonna happen. Yeah, you trying to find me on Facebook, it ain't gonna happen, man. Go find me on IG, hit me up, DM me. I'll try to hit you back. But anyways, man, I think it's getting late, actually. What time is it? Ooh, 10:13. Gotta go. Uh gotta go to work in the morning, gotta get up in the morning, hit this workout. Y'all already know. But anyways, man, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. I'm gonna try to answer a few questions before I get out of here, but I'm gonna have to get up out of here. Y'all go check out my videos, share my stuff, hit me up on IG, share my stuff, like my stuff, subscribe to the channel, all that other good stuff, man. But let me answer a few more of these questions and I gotta go. So facts, post more videos, bro. I've been in real estate for 8 years, and 1 year watching you change my life. I partnered up with a hedge fund buyer and started wholesaling my wife on the side. Thank you. Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt, man. Hey, all you gotta do is take action, man. You take action, next thing you know, you find the right situation, you start running it up. But anyways, man, I'm finna get off here, man. I appreciate y'all checking in, and coming through. Peace out.